Let's go. Ulafa Abi, we're up to number 16, Lav number 16. From Oiva Oida Isu Chanufa. Lahabre Goinim, says in parentheses, the Ram, Alatesis, Ugoin, Rabbi Shlomo ben Gavriel, Lav Gomer. Chanufa, flattering. It's giving covered uh, wrongdoers to be on their good side. Ulav, and it will be included in the Loisachnifu Sa'aretz. Going, in Miskavim Sipuri. How would it apply to Lashon Hara? If my intention, when I'm saying the Lashon Hara, I know that the guy who I'm speaking to doesn't like Ruvain, and I'm going to say something bad about Ruvain so that the person I'm speaking to will help me, or, you know. The guy speaking knows that the Shemaya has something against. I'll call him Shimon, right? By speaking bad mouthing Shimon, the Messiah will find favor in the eyes of the Shemaya, who over clearly says the Chafetz Chaim, it's over pretty kamat mimeno she'enim mekayim mitzvos chocha. It's not enough that the Messiah is not fulfilling the mitzvah of Teichocha, shu mitzvah say deraisa. Lo yichicha hasina shabeino ve'en chaver, to give him Teichocha about the enmity that he has between himself and Shimon. But through his story, he's going to strengthen that sinner. And by him saying this, the Shemaya will now repeat his wrongdoing. He'll hate him even more. And it could bring to a new machlokes between the Shemaya and Shimon. So therefore, many times, depending why you're saying Lashon, you could be over on the eats of Loi Sachnifu authorities. But that over in Teba, I'm saying Rabbi Moshe Harber Meir, he says it's very common. When someone speaks a bit about another, Shemaya, and the one who's listening, the one listening, even though he knows that that the Misaper is saying is not according to the din. He's not right in what he's saying. Alpi who Gam came in on but he nods. He doesn't challenge what the Masapa is saying. He backs it by showing, by nodding. And he'll maybe say the same thing. He'll add a little addendum to the story. Now, why would Shemaya be doing it? Because the Masaper is an important person in the town. And the Shemaya wants to be on his good side. So even though he knows that what the Masaper is saying isn't really right, he will give him encouragement. He's gotten benefits from this person who's speaking, or Shiyore, or he's afraid that he won't be considered a wise person. And therefore the Yitzhahara will cause him, she asked him, that he'll agree to what the Masapa is saying. So this is Mamash, and Isur, the Shemeya is being over on Loisachnev. This is Mamash. Feeling Rak Yosef as a Tavis, even if you just add a few words, Kashem Mispar Beber Mayim Chaim. Even because that says the Chafetz Chaim. Such a situation, you can apply what it says in Mishnah, V'samta Sakin Biloyecha in Bal Nefesh. If you're Bal Nefesh, you put a knife by your throat. You won't speak. A person has to put himself in danger. And not allow himself to do such an avera. Now, I'm not sure what kind of sakana. I mean, it's not something that's nefesh, so I don't know. He says the halacha is that in such a situation, a kapan was chasik ba'oid shaloi l'sayeyo, afilu b'tnu achas, that the very least is that the shemea should not, in any fashion, not even with a nod or a smile, encourage the misaper. Shouldn't do anything that would in any way indicate that he agrees. Chazal be'edius, and this is what Chazal say in Mishnah's Edius, mutav shekar adam shayta kol yamav. It's preferable that you should be considered and called a shayta, a fool, your whole life, and not be a rasha of Nechas Baruch Hu sha'achas. And that's even if he knows that if he will speak up against what the guy's saying, he won't accept it. His rebuke won't be accepted. Because if there's a chance that he could rebuke the misaper, so not only does he have to not show any encouragement, but he has an obligation to rebuke him. As we will explain later, as will be explained later, and number Yud Zayin. It's the last one of the lavin. Sometimes there's oid lav acher. There could be another lav. What's common by Nisan and Rabbim that he speaks Lashon Horah out of anger, because he's so angry he curses the person. And sometimes they use Hashem's name even in English. And by doing that, he's transgressing a lav govel of the lois kalel chevish. Kavaras hakosav afilu chevish. So it says don't curse a deaf person. It means even a deaf person. And certainly if the person is not deaf. So we've calculated here. We counted here 17 lavin regilim. That's common lovei adesipa lashon harachilas. Afilu musapa rakli Yisrael, even if he's only saying it to a Jew. Even malshan Yisrael b'fnei kuti, if he's saying the lashon hara, the haLashon in front of a guy, Yisrael Yosef Gadol Yosef Chomer, then the avera is much more severe. Nichas the form we call Mosor. He could be considered what we call a Meiser. We call Shmi Kasher Avari Mitzvah Hashem Kaman Behochas Lashon Hara. We call Shmini, as we will explain in Klal Shmini. V'habim alavin anal shechayov lem misvidei shamayim. And many of these lavin yechayv misvidei shamayim for k'mal gnus ta'almon of a yosan. Like the case where you're degrading or embarrassing an almana and a yosan. B'achilus Hashem. Habim and many of them they gave midin olam haba. Touch on your olam haba. K'gay malba b'nechaber b'rabim. When you speak Lashon Hara and you cause someone to be embarrassed in public. If he shemagos atzmei ba'omen hachorma hazeh, so the mi shemagos atzmei ba'omen hachorma hazeh, someone who's accustomed to speak the serious aver lashon rechilos, Hashem avari mitzvah Hashem hakol l'kaman. Okay, so someone who speaks lashon hara freely involves himself to these many averos. Let's do some Shmiras haLashon. So up to Perik Test, Shara Torah, Perik Test, Shnas Shana Pshuta Aleph year. Well, the Hepachas V'Shalom, Meina Ben Hoyach B'Derech HaYoshev, the son ends up not going in the right way. Who Bizoyin Gadol La'ovid B'Olam HaElyon, becomes a tremendous embarrassment to his father in the next world. Ben Mamre Umachas Baruch Hu, that from him came a son that rebels and angers HaKadosh Baruch Hu, K'man Shekotav Agra B'Igartoi, HaKadosh Olim L'Srufa, as the Gra writes in his letter called Olim L'Trufa, Sha'afin Yadrich Tamid Bana B'Musa V'Lo Yikable, that then the Gra writes that even if you do teach your son, you give him Tekoch, but they don't accept it. What embarrassment you can have in the next world. The whole shekain. But certainly so. If the father is the cause, the father is the one who's causing, taking the son away from the right way. Kama me'oinish v'bizoyin v'aklima yagia lo mizeh. How much oinish and bizoyin and klima will come to him. B'chol oven v'oven chas habein. And every avera the son does yet gam loy l'masker oven will be mentioned on his list also. Below oid, not only that, afilum yomas haben hazeh. Even if the son dies, who cries zocha b'ma'asav leisha v'gan eden, and this person was already in Gan Eden, Gam ken yigil memenu tzar gadol, he'll have a lot of pain ki tilu migan Eden, because they're going to take him from Gan Eden, v'yilichu l'Gehenim, and bring him to Gehenim, l'man yireh b'surei b'noi, he should see his son's suffering. K'may shamu Chazal, v'hevi hagra davar zeh b'mishlei, on the pasuk Mishlei Chavtes, Yaseh bincha v'yinichecha, v'yitein ma'adonim l'nafshecha, v'zeh l'shoinen, kasha ben, v'chulu. When the son, etc., v'oid yanicheu min Gan Eden, they'll take him from Gan Eden, v'yitein ma'adonim l'nafshecha b'Gan Eden. K'mo yimayser Rebbe Kiva Shalom Atar ben Rasha. Famous story, that's where the Makar, for davening, Yartzeit, Baruch Hu, is that Rebbe Kiva taught the Ben Rasha Torah, v'tzilam in Gan Eden, v'oid shavil Gan Eden, and by doing that, father even went to Gan Eden, v'oid yasek, yachlu tzaddik. Says the Gemara continues, even a tzaddik, im yeshloi Ben Rasha, if he has a son who's a Rasha, as an Gan Eden, they take him from Gan Eden, and they bring him to Gehenna. The man Yireh Yisrei B'nai, so he should see his son suffering. Not sure why, unless he was the cause of it. If he wasn't the cause, why should he suffer? I don't know. So Yasa B'rim Chaviyinichecha. That's what the pasuk means. Yasa B'rim Chaviyinichecha B'mekayim Chavagam Hu Yitain Atanush. Okay. Stop here. Thank you.